The endless stars stretched out before them, cold and distant. But Captain Maya's eyes burned with a fierce intensity that matched the black void. She stood on the observation deck of the starship Sentinel, watching the flickering lights of the unknown system ahead. Around her, the crew bustled quietly, their faces tense but resolute. They were deep in uncharted space, far from any friendly outpost. Their mission was clear: investigate a distress signal originating from a planet known only as Vortis Prime, a place whispered about in galactic lore as a hostile death world. Most species avoided it, telling stories of creatures that could tear a ship apart with a single swipe, and environmental conditions that shredded metals like paper. But Maya had never been one to turn away from danger. "Captain, we're picking up something on the sensors," said Liam, the young science officer. His voice trembled just slightly. "The signal, it's not just distress, it's layered. Someone's trying to hide it." Maya turned, her gaze sharp. "How close are we?" "Less than 50,000 kilometers, Liam replied. "But the radiation storms here make scanning difficult and life signs are faint." Maya's jaw tightened. "Prepare the dropship. I'm leading the landing party." A quiet murmur spread through the crew. Vortis Prime was known for swallowing expeditions whole. Still, Maya's resolve was infectious. When the dropship broke through the thick, toxic atmosphere, the landscape below was a nightmare of jagged cliffs, steaming vents, and forests of twisted black flora. The air was thick with corrosive gases that could eat through metal in minutes, but the team's suits held strong. Maya led the way, every step deliberate, scanning their surroundings for threats. "Signals coming from that valley," Liam said, pointing to a narrow gorge shrouded in violet mist. As they moved closer, Maya noticed something odd: massive footprints imprinted in the soft ground, far too large for any known predator on the planet. Suddenly, a rustling sound echoed from the trees. "Show yourself," Maya called out, gripping her pulse rifle tightly. From the shadows emerged a figure, not alien, but human, tall, gaunt, and dressed in ragged survival gear stained with dust and old blood. His eyes, cold and unreadable, locked onto Maya's. "Aren't you scared, human?" he asked, voice low and calm. Maya's heart pounded. "Who are you? How did you survive here?" The man smiled, a thin, unsettling curl of lips. "I'm what's left of the old guard, the ones who were sent here decades ago and never came back. We are the true children of Vortis Prime." Maya swallowed hard. The old guard were a myth. Soldiers abandoned and forgotten. If he was telling the truth, then her mission was much more dangerous than anyone had imagined. She studied him carefully. "Why did you stay? Why did no one come for you?" He shrugged, stepping closer, his boots crunching on the cracked earth. "Because we learned something. This planet doesn't just kill you, it changes you. It feeds on your fear, your doubt, your weakness, and it rewards those who embrace it." His eyes gleamed with something wild and terrifying. "I'm not scared, Maya. Not anymore. Fear is for the dead." Maya felt a chill run down her spine. "What do you mean, not anymore? What changed you?" The man's voice dropped to a whisper. "The old ways. The ways the galaxy forgot. On Vortis Prime, you don't survive by running or hiding. You survive by becoming the predator." The words echoed in Maya's mind as the wind howled through the valley. The man, his name was Garrick, led them deeper into the forest, past ruins covered in strange glyphs and bone structures that looked almost ritualistic. Liam tried to keep pace, but his breathing grew labored, the planet's atmosphere sapping his strength despite their suits. Garrick stopped suddenly and gestured at a clearing ahead. "There," he said. "That's where the signal is coming from." As they approached, Maya could see a small outpost, battered but still functional. Inside, faint flickers of light showed life. Suddenly, alarms blared. The team tensed. "Hostiles!" Garrick snarled, drawing a blade that looked crude but lethal. In the next moments, chaos erupted. From the shadows came creatures, twisted forms that seemed to meld plant and animal with jagged claws and eyes glowing an eerie green. The team fired their weapons, but the creatures were fast and vicious. Amidst the battle, Garrick moved with unnatural speed and precision. His blade flashed, cutting through the attackers with terrifying skill. Maya realized then what he meant. Garrick was no longer just human. He was something else, a warrior shaped and sharpened by the planet's brutal embrace. When the last creature fell, Garrick turned to Maya, breathing heavily. "Now you see," he said. "Fear makes you weak. But this planet, Vortis Prime, it teaches you to fight, to endure, to become something more." Maya looked at him, her mind racing. "Can I become like you?" she asked. Garrick's gaze was steady. "If you want to survive here, you have no choice." The days that followed were a trial. Garrick trained Maya and the others, pushing them beyond their limits. They learned to read the forest, to anticipate the dangers that lurked in every shadow. Maya felt her own fear slowly fading, replaced by a fierce determination. One night, under the violet sky, Garrick shared his story. "We were sent here to die," he said, "abandoned by those who feared what we became. But we didn't die. We adapted. We became the hunters of Vortis Prime." He looked at Maya with a grim smile. "The galaxy thinks of humans as fragile, weak, but here, on death worlds like this, we become legends." Months passed. The rescue mission turned into a campaign to reclaim the planet. With Garrick's guidance, Maya's team fought with a ferocity and unity no one had expected. When the coalition finally secured the outpost, it was clear that humanity's true strength lay not in technology or numbers, but in their indomitable will to survive and transform. As the Sentinel prepared to leave, Maya stood once more on the observation deck. She thought back to Garrick's words, the cold fear that had turned into burning courage. The galaxy had underestimated humanity, but those days were over. The stars outside sparkled with endless possibilities, and Maya knew one thing for certain. Fear might have been the galaxy's greatest weapon against them, but humanity had learned to stare it down, and in doing so had become unstoppable.